Hi everyone, this is Kunal Bothra, and after quite a long time, we are starting off yet again with technical tea. So thank you so much everyone for connecting. This could be an engaging YouTube live, and I plan to now do this very regularly. So all you guys can do initially is just share the video as much as possible, and do write into your the on the comments if you guys have any kind of queries regarding the discussion which we'll be doing today. So I just wanted to give a feeling about how the market setup is based today. It's a very interesting market which we are going through right now, because we are at a point where the markets have been very choppy, very volatile, and we've seen what has happened to the overall market setup over the last few days and over the last few weeks. So I just thought that why not brush it with one very important data point. Today's session is based on what the current setup is for the markets. So I'll go through first important part of the market setup, which is the charts for the Nifty. So what I'll do is, we look at the charts for the index setup. On the index front, yep, I'll just share the charts. So here we are. This is the Nifty setup. So far we are going through a process of a downtrend for the index. We've fallen from 26,200 mark. We have broken 23,000 levels twice on an intraday basis. But then when you look closely, I think there is a certain set of an indication that the intensity of selling on the index is stalling. So what do you mean by stalling? Is that markets गिर रहे, index गिर रहे, but new lows उस intensity से नहीं बन रहे. I'll give you a very simple example. Look at the data point here. Now the Nifty was falling. This was the time in the month of December. The Nifty was falling from 24,700. We went through a sharp correction. What happened post that is that on an intraday basis, you can see these long shadows of the candlesticks. We were making new lows for the index. Okay, on an intraday basis, we were not able to surpass or retain those upside levels. But on a net basis, we did not fall much below the previous low. What does that mean? It means that the markets are going through an inherent strength process. So there's an inherent strength which is building up. Bulls are trying to be a lot more resilient. Yes, the bears are attacking, but the bulls are also trying to be a lot more stronger than what they were maybe previously, or at least they're trying to make a fight back. So that's the first sign that bulls are getting a little bit stronger than what they were earlier. Look at the market setup over here. Now, in the previous legs, also, we saw the index falling. We made a new low for the index. But now, interestingly, what has happened is I'll also share an interesting set of data point with you in terms of the put call ratios. Now, what we have seen so far on the index front is today the put call ratio for the Nifty is 0.8. The bank Nifty put call ratio is 0.54. So which means we are coming to a zone where the sentiment in terms of options is extremely oversold. So put call ratio of zero point 0.5, a put call ratio of 0.5 or below is considered to be extremely oversold for the index. The second part and the reason why we've been selling off is dollar index, right? Dollar index has moved from 100. So you can see this September end. So September end, 27th September is where we started to fall. The Nifty made a top. September end, the dollar index was 100. From 100, we've gone through almost like a consistent rise in the dollar index to 110. We hit 110 mark, I think, few days back. Currently the डॉलर इंडेक्स हैज स्टार्टेड टू रिट्रेस. सो आप समझ रहे हो, लास्ट जो रेसिडुअल सेलिंग होती है वो हमेशा डेटा पॉइंट्स पर होती है, बट द डेटा पॉइंट हैज स्टार्टेड टू रिवर्स. So what was a problem for our markets, dollar index is starting to retrace. Not just that. So it's not that we've fallen from 110 to 108. Look at the major trend line. So I've purposely drawn this trend line for you. There was this major trendline support for dollar index, and in this last 2 months from the month of November specifically, the dollar index rose from 104 to 110 just on the basis of the support of this major trend line. We have broken that support on the dollar index, which means we are looking at a potential reversal for the dollar index. डॉलर इंडेक्स हैज अ कंप्लीट नेगेटिव कोरिलेशन विद रिस्पेक्ट टू निफ्टी. मतलब अगर डॉलर इंडेक्स राइज करता है तो निफ्टी फॉल करता है, एंड इफ द डॉलर इंडेक्स फॉल्स द निफ्टी eventually goes into a rise. Let's establish this with one more fact. This is the indicator. So this is a proprietary indicator which I have developed. Now the brown line which you can see is the Nifty chart. The bars which you can see is the market breadth indicator. Now what is interesting about this market breadth indicator? Whenever the market breadth indicator falls below the level of negative 10. So as you can see, this is the mark of negative 10. Whenever the market breadth indicator falls below negative 10, the index sees a major bottom formation. Now, as you can see over here, the index, the market breadth indicator fell below negative 10. The index formed a bottom. We started off and went through a major rally. This was in 2021-22. And remember, even in 21-22, rather in the last 4 years, there have been two phases where the Nifty has fallen by more than 10%. Currently, we are in the third phase where the Nifty is fallen by more than 10% from its recent highs. So it's not as if that this sell-off is an exceptional sell-off. Yes, the intensity of sell-off over here is probably a lot more higher, but it's not as if that हमने देखा ही नहीं है ऐसा टाइप का sell-off. So last 2 years में we went through that kind of a sell-off. Even in that time, so you can look at this. Even in this time, the CMB indicator, the market breadth indicator fell below minus 10. That led to a bottom formation on the index and we rose very sharply. So if I remember, I just tweeted about the market setup that if there is a V-shaped correction, then the rallies will also be V-shaped into the index because we are in that zone where the market breadth indicator is extremely oversold. There is another data point which is very, very interesting. Now, what we've done is I have just zoomed into this market breadth indicator and look at this market breadth indicator. Now, when the market breadth indicator improves, मतलब यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है कि जो डेटा है market breadth indicator इससे around negative 12.5. The Nifty is at 16,000. The Nifty falls below, but the market breadth indicator improves. So you can see the bars behind. The bars are improving. So when the market breadth improves, which means when you have less number of stocks which are falling, even if the Nifty is falling, the internals of the market breadth starts to improve. That is the first indication of a major bottom formation. And you look at it, the second attempt to the low actually turns out to be a very good zone where you can look to start buying. Look at the scenario over here. Again, March, April 2023, very recent correction for the index. The CMB indicator, the market breadth indicator falls below. We make a higher low on the indicator. We make a lower low on the Nifty. Classical signs of divergence. What does this mean? This becomes a brilliant territory to go for a contra buy on the index. Now, where we are right now, look at this chart for the index. The red arrow is the first time where the indicator falls below negative 10. The green arrow is the second time where the indicator is falling below negative 10, but the index chart is bottoming out. This is the second time where you can see. So 2 days back, we had a reading of negative 12.4 on the market breadth indicator. Right now, we are almost at negative 9.8, which means if in case you get maybe 1 or 2 days of negative price action for the index, that could actually mean that we could be forming a major bottom on the index on the short term. So I just thought that why not come out with a classical sign of divergence on the index. And now when you spot the charts, now when you look at the technical part of the charts, You will see bullish divergence on so many stocks. You will see oversold RSI on so many stocks. You will see the number of advances to declining starting to improve going forward. So when you see the market breadth data improving, when you see the indicators oversold, it is a very strong signal that the markets are eventually going to go for a bottom formation. So that's all about the overall market breadth indicator. I thought join with a YouTube live. So guys, don't forget to comment and share the videos. We will try and do very consistently this YouTube live, and anytime anything interesting which I have in terms of data points, I'll definitely like to share with all of you guys. So thank you so much, and don't forget to follow and subscribe to the channel as well as comment and like the video. Thank you so much.